see. All right. All right, I've made it go live. So let's get started.
All right.
Good morning, everyone. This is your first appearance hearing before the Magistrate Court of Clayton County.
Buenos días a todos. Esta es la comparecencia inicial en la sala menor del Tribunal de Primera Instancia del Condado de Clayton.
My name is Brad Gardner, and I'm a judge in this court.
Yo soy el licenciado Brad Gardner, soy un juez en este tribunal.
I'm not here to conduct a trial of your case or to take a plea in your case.
No estoy acá para llevar a cabo el juicio de su caso, tampoco para aceptar una declaración a acusaciones.
I'm here to inform you of the charges that have been filed against you,
Estoy acá para informarles de las acusaciones formuladas en su contra,
to advise you of certain rights,
para advertirle de ciertos derechos,
to set bail on those offenses that I'm authorized to set bail,
para imponerles fianza por los delitos los cuales tengo la autorización de imponer fianza,
to schedule a preliminary hearing,
para programar su audiencia preliminar
and to determine whether you require the assistance of an attorney.
y también para determinar si requieren el asesoramiento de un abogado.
You have the right to remain silent and say nothing.
Tienen el derecho a permanecer callados sin decir nada.
But should you give up this right, anything you say during this proceeding may be used against you if your case goes to trial.
Pero si eligen renunciar a este derecho, cualquier cosa que digan durante esta diligencia se puede usar en su contra si el caso procede a juicio.
So please don't discuss the facts of your case.
Así que por favor no hablen de los hechos del caso.
During this and all other proceedings, you have the following rights.
Durante esta diligencia y cualquiera futura tendrá los siguientes derechos.
The right to the presumption of innocence,
El derecho a ser presuntos inocentes.
the right to indictment by a grand jury for most felonies or by accusation for misdemeanors,
El derecho a que se le formula una acusación formal por delitos graves por medio del gran jurado o que proceden en su contra con una acusación general cuando se trata de delitos menores.
the right to a speedy and public trial by jury,
El derecho a un juicio público y sin demora ante un jurado.
the right to see, hear, and question witnesses who are called to testify against you,
El derecho a ver, a escuchar y a contrainterrogar los testigos convocados a declarar en su contra.
the right to compel the attendance of witnesses to testify on your behalf,
El derecho de obligar que comparezcan testigos para que declaren a su favor.
the right to testify on your own behalf or offer evidence in your own defense,
El derecho a dar su propio testimonio o presentar pruebas en su propia defensa.
the right to have an attorney represent you.
El derecho a un abogado que los representa.
If you cannot afford an attorney, one can be appointed to represent you if you qualify.
Si no puede costear el servicio de un abogado, se le puede designar uno de oficio si cumple los requisitos.
Some of you will be allowed to post unrestricted bonds for your release from jail.
A algunos de ustedes se les permitirá depositar fianzas sin restricciones para salir de la cárcel.
These bonds may be posted by cash, commercial, or property.
Se puede pagar la fianza en efectivo con una compañía comercial de fianzas o con propiedad o un inmueble.
If you post a cash bond, someone will deliver the full amount of the bond and fees in cash to the sheriff's office.
Si va a depositar su fianza en efectivo, alguien tendría que entregar el total de la fianza en efectivo más los recargos administrativos a la comisaría del sheriff de este condado.
The sheriff's office will hold the cash and return it at the end of the case.
La comisaría del sheriff guardará el efectivo y se lo devolverá cuando termine el caso.
If you use a commercial bonding company, someone will have to pay a fee to the company for their service.
Si va a utilizar una compañía comercial de fianzas, alguien tendría que pagar una tarifa por el servicio a la compañía de fianzas.
The fee will not be returned.
La tarifa no se devuelve.
I don't know what fee will be charged, but it is usually based upon a percentage of the bond.
Yo no sé cuál es la tarifa que le van a cobrar, pero normalmente se basa en un porcentaje de la fianza.
Finally, if you use property to post a bond, the property will need to have a net equity at least 3 times the amount of the total bond.
Y por último, si va a usar un inmueble para pagar su fianza, esta propiedad tiene que contar con un eh, patrimonio neto de por lo menos 3 veces lo que es la fianza.
Some of you will have such special conditions on your bond that prohibit you from contacting certain people or going to certain places.
Algunos de ustedes tendrán condiciones especiales con la fianza, las cuales prohíben que tenga contacto con ciertas personas o que vaya a ciertos lugares.
This special condition will be provided to you on a separate form.
Se le informará de la condición especial en otro formulario separado.
You will also be prohibited from contacting the victim while you are in jail.
También se le prohibirá comunicarse con la víctima mientras está detenido en la cárcel.
If you violate the court's order, your bond will be revoked and you could remain in jail until your trial.
Si incumple esta orden judicial, su fianza quedará revocada y permanecerá en la cárcel hasta su juicio.
You could also receive additional felony charges.
También se le podría formular cargos mayores adicionales en su contra.
It is important to note that if someone is listed as a victim in your case, that person would not be allowed to post your bond.
Cabe notar, si una persona figura como la víctima del caso, a esa persona no se le permitirá pagar la fianza por usted.
Some of you are charged with offenses for which this court is not authorized by law to set bail.
Algunos de ustedes tienen delitos los cuales yo como juez no tengo la autorización, según dispone la ley, para imponerles fianzas.
In this event, a bond hearing will be scheduled before a judge of the Superior Court of Clayton County, and you will be informed of that date.
Si este es su caso, se programará una audiencia para la determinación de su fianza ante un juez de la sala superior de este tribunal y a usted le informaré de la fecha.
If you are currently on active probation, this court is not authorized to set bond at this time.
Si actualmente está cumpliendo una condena de libertad condicional y esa condena es actualmente activa, no tengo la autorización de imponerle fianza en este momento.
Whether bond is appropriate in your case will be reconsidered after your probation officer has had an opportunity to consider this new arrest.
Si la fianza es apropiada en su caso, esta decisión se tomará una vez que su agente de libertad condicional ha tenido la oportunidad de considerar esta nueva acusación.
The purpose of a preliminary hearing is to determine whether there is sufficient evidence to support the allegations against you.
El propósito de la audiencia preliminar es para determinar si existen suficientes pruebas para sustentar las acusaciones en su contra.
The standard at this stage is very low.
El estándar de lo que hay que probar en esa etapa jurídica es muy bajo.
A judge determining whether a charge goes forward at this stage only has to determine that it is possible that the crime occurred.
Para que un juez determine si una acusación siga en pie en esa etapa jurídica, solamente tiene que decidir si es posible que el delito se cometió.
Everyone has the ability to waive their right to a preliminary hearing.
Todos tienen el derecho a renunciar su derecho a la audiencia preliminar.
However, you should speak to a lawyer first if you are unsure about whether it is appropriate to waive your preliminary hearing.
Sin embargo, debería consultar primero con un abogado si no está seguro si es apropiado renunciar a la audiencia preliminar.
If you post bond, your preliminary hearing is automatically waived.
Si deposita fianza para salir de la cárcel, la audiencia preliminar se renuncia automáticamente.
You will receive notice at the address you give of your next court date.
Y recibirá notificación en la dirección que deja registrado de su próxima audiencia jurídica.
Lastly, I need everyone to raise your right hand.
Por último, si todos pueden levantar la mano derecha.
Do you swear or affirm any statements you make during this proceeding will be the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
Jura y afirman que cualquier cosa que diga durante esta diligencia será la verdad y toda la verdad ante Dios lo jura.
Okay, let's
Yes, Your
begin
Honor.
with Mr. Florencio Perez Guzman. And next we're going to have Mr. Morgan.
Here you go, Your Honor.
Mr. Perez Guzman, can you hear and understand the interpreter?
Señor Pérez Guzmán, ¿puede usted oír y entender al intérprete?
Sí.
Yes.
Sir, you're charged with one count of having a license not on person.
Señor, a usted se le acusa de una infracción de no portar su licencia para conducir
Así es.
en su persona. That's right.
The bond is set at $500.
La fianza se le impone a $500.
Do you believe you can post that bond?
¿Piensa que sí va a poder depositar la fianza, señor?
Sí.
Yes.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for August 10th at 8:30 in the morning, but that date will get waived upon your bonding out.
Su audiencia preliminar se señala para el 10 de agosto a las 8:30 de la mañana, pero esta audiencia se renunciará automáticamente si sale en libertad bajo fianza.
Sí.
Yes.
Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Quisiera, señor, que yo determine si usted cumple requisitos para un abogado de oficio.
Sí.
Yes.
Are you currently working, sir?
Señor, ¿está trabajando actualmente?
Sí.
Yes.
About how much do you make per hour?
¿Y alrededor de cuánto está cobrando la hora, señor?
Como a 9 la hora.
Around $9 an hour.
Okay. You do qualify, sir. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you.
Bueno, usted sí cumple requisitos, así que le voy a nombrar un abogado de oficio.
Do
Sí.
you have any questions for me?
Yes. ¿Tiene usted alguna pregunta para mí?
Solo por la fianza, si se puede pagar hoy mismo o cómo hacer eso.
So as far as the bond, can that be paid today or how is
Yes,
that
sir.
done?
Yes,
Sí,
sir.
señor.
Okay.
Sí, señor.
Entonces, después de pagar la fianza puedo salir o cómo hacer.
So after paying the money, after that, I'll be able to get out or
Yes,
how? Sí, señor.
Okay.
Okay.
Son $500, ¿verdad?
It's $500, right?
Yes, sir.
Sí, señor.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, you're free to go back.
Bueno, señor, ya se puede retirar. Gracias. Thank you.
Before I let Ms. Tolles go, is there anyone else that needs the services of the interpreter?
¿Hay alguien más en la sala virtual que requiere la ayuda del intérprete?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Tolles. Have a good day.
Certainly. You all have a great day.
All right. Okay, let's bring up Mr. Morgan.
Here you go, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Hi, Mr. Morgan. I would normally speak directly to you, but you have an attorney here, Mr. Florio. So I'm going to speak to Mr. Florio, but I just have to caution you that these communications are not private or privileged. So anything you say in a setting could be used against you. So don't say anything that you would not want the whole world to know. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Florio, Mr. Morgan is accused of being a fugitive from Alabama. And he has already signed a waiver, which means that the clock starts to tick today for Alabama to come and retrieve him. I'm certain that you have had conversations with your client because we've interacted enough now that I know you to be a good lawyer. Is there anything, Mr. Florio, that you want me to know?
Judge, could I just confirm the warrant out of Alabama, what that's for? We believe it's probably a parole violation based off of new charges that he received in Clayton County that we had birth appearance for previously.
Okay, what I have before me, it says a parole violation on a robbery charge. And it looks like it's saying the warrant number is from Alabama is 00254-622.
Yes, sir.
That's
Thank
what
you, Your Honor. I just wanted to confirm that that's what the warrant was for. Thank you.
No problem. Is there anything else, Mr. Florio?
No, sir, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, Mr. Florio, you are free to go. Mr. Morgan, you're free to go back. I have the signed waivers and I've already signed my portion of it. So everything will start to run today.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Florio. Ms. Morgan, you're free to go back, sir.
And Your Honor, that concludes my business before the court. May I be excused?
Yes, sir. Have a good day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, let's switch over to the ladies' side. Looks like we have Miss Anderson.
My name is Latrina Anderson.
Okay, Miss Anderson, you're charged with one count of reckless conduct. I'm gonna set the bond at $3,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
I have to pay the whole 3,000 or 10% of it.
It'll either you're gonna have the ability to either pay the whole amount and to the sheriff's department and they'll return it when your case is done, or you can go through a bonding company where you pay a percentage, or if you have property that has at least $9,000 worth of equity, you can use the property. And the sheriff's department will place a lien on the property until your case is over. And then when the case is resolved, they will remove the lien.
I think I can make it through the bail company.
I'm sorry, ma'am.
I believe I can make it through the bail company.
Okay. Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for August 10th at 8:30 in the morning. That date will get waived upon your bonding out and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, ma'am, you do qualify. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me?
No, sir, Your Honor.
Okay, ma'am, you're free to go back.
Thank you.
My name is Jennifer Pinado, Your Honor.
Okay. And Miss Parvis is OTB, or Paris is OTB?
This is correct, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Miss Pinado, you've been charged with one count of simple battery family violence. I've set the bond at $3,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Honor,
I set the bond at $3,000.
$3,000.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. There's going to be a stay away provision on the bond to stay away from a Keontre Limehouse. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for August 10th at 8:30 in the morning. That date will get waived upon your bonding out and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you do qualify, ma'am. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. And I'm speaking a little bit slower because I hear the feedback. Just so it doesn't make the audio choppy. I am going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me?
No, Your Honor.
Free to go back.
Jermaine Phillips.
Ms. Phillips, ma'am, you've been charged with one count of simple assault. I've set the bond at $3,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes.
You're going to have a preliminary hearing date set for August 10th at 8:30 in the morning. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. There's going to be a stay away provision on the bond to stay away from Torian McDonald. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes.
You do qualify, ma'am. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me?
No, sir.
Okay, ma'am, you're free to go back.
My name is Laverne Reese.
Miss Reeds, you've been charged with one count of making a fraudulent insurance claim. I've set the bond at $5,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you, sir.
You've been charged with one count of making a fraudulent insurance claim. I've set the bond at $5,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes, sir.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for August 11th, because this is a felony offense, at 8:30 in the morning. But that date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you will get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you do qualify, ma'am. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me?
No, sir.
Okay, ma'am, you're free to go back.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
My name is Michaela Raymond.
Raymond, you've been charged with one count of criminal damage to property in the second degree, and it's being written as a felony. You're going to have a bond set at $5,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes, Your Honor.
There's going to be a stay away provision on the bond to stay away from a Brianna Harris. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for August 11th at 8:30 in the morning. But that date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you do qualify, ma'am. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, you're free to go back.
Yes, the Vargas Mata, Your Honor.
Ma'am, you've been charged with one count of violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act and one count of possession of drug-related objects. I've set your total bond at $9,500. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes, Your Honor.
There's going to be a preliminary hearing date set for August 11th at 8:30 in the morning. The date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you do qualify, ma'am. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, ma'am, you're free to go back.
Thank you.
That concludes all the females on this side, Your Honor.
Thank you, Deputy Jones. Have a good day.
You too, Your Honor.
All right, let's switch over to the male side. All right.
Your Honor?
Is it Mr. Aguirre?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir, you've been charged with driving a vehicle with a concealed tag, driving on a suspended license, possession of firearm by a convicted felon, driving on a suspended license, and possession of drug-related objects. I've set your total bond at $11,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
I'm gonna try, Your Honor.
Okay. Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for August 11th at 8:30 in the morning. The date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How much do you make per hour?
Well, weekly I get $350, Your Honor.
Okay, you qualify, sir. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, sir, you're free to go back.
Thank you.
Take your last name.
Foster?
Okay, is Mr. Clayton OTB?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Foster, you've been charged with 1 count of criminal trespass and 1 count of possession or use of drug-related objects. I've set a total bond of $2,500. Do you believe you can post that bond?
No, sir.
Okay. Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for August 10th at 8:30 in the morning. That date will get waived upon your ability to bond out. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you do qualify, Mr. Foster. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me?
No, sir.
Okay, you're free to go back.
Take your name. Edward Fulcher.
Mr. Fulcher, sir, you've been charged with 1 count of fraudulent attempt to obtain a refund. I've set the bond at $5,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yeah.
Okay. Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for August 10th at 8:30 in the morning. The date will get waived upon your bonding out and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes.
Okay, you do qualify. Mr. Fulcher, I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me?
I know.
Okay, sir, you're free to go back.
Daenerys Montgomery, Your Honor.
Mr. Montgomery, sir, you've been charged with 1 count of theft by taking, 1 count of simple battery, and 1 count of cruelty to children in the 3rd degree. I've set a total bond at $8,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes, sir.
There's going to be a stay away provision on the bond to stay away from Makivia Milton. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for August 10th at 8:30 in the morning, but that date will get waived upon your bonding out and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you do qualify, Mr. Montgomery. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me, sir?
Just one, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Can you repeat the bond amount?
Total bond amount is going to be $8,000.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Todd Nelson.
Give me 1 second, Mr. Nelson. What happened to Mr. Mims?
He was taken back to his cell due to his actions in the court.
Oh, that was the person. Okay. All right. I'll do a continuance order for him for tomorrow. Mr. Nelson, sir, you've been charged with 1 count of theft by taking, 1 count of unauthorized use of a financial transaction card. Your total bond is going to be set at $7,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
I might be able to, I'm not sure.
Okay. Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for August 11th at 8:30 in the morning. That date will get waived upon your ability to bond out and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. You do qualify, Mr. Nelson. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, sir, you're free to go back.
Hey, how you doing, Your Honor? Antonio.
Good morning. You're Mr. Reeves?
Yes, sir.
Sir, you've been charged, well, do you know what you're charged with? I can't set bond for this at this stage. I have set a preliminary hearing date for August 11th, and I've also set a bond hearing date for August 13th. Would you like me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
A lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you do qualify, sir. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
Do I have to sit in here till August?
The short answer is no. The long answer is these are charges that there may be gradations and details and things that the district attorney may look at and say, hey, I know the charge, but this isn't as serious as the charge. And the district attorney may agree to a consent bond. And if that's the case, your lawyer, the DA agree to a consent bond, they present it to a judge, we'll sign it because we don't have any interest in it. But the DA may look at it and say, no, I'm not going to agree to this. So that's the path that you're kind of on right now. Okay. Anything else, sir? All right. You're free to go back.
All right, thank you.
Joshua Rogers.
Okay. Mr. Rogers, sir, you've been charged as a fugitive from justice. And you've already signed a waiver, and I've signed off on the waivers. Do you have any questions for me?
I signed one in May 20th. Does that count for anything? I signed one May 20th, and then I'm signing another one today. Is this an extension or is this the first one? Or is it, how are they doing that?
Do you remember May 20th? Did you appear before me?
Yes, sir. Same waiver extradition. I got both of them.
I don't understand why you're appearing before me again. Is this? All right, give me 1 second. I'm gonna look it up right now.
Oh, they almost said it.
I don't see you on my calendar for May 20th.
I have it, and I have the papers right here that I signed. And I'm not sure what's the difference of it, but it's the same thing. That's what my first waiver is.
No, I'm saying I'm looking at my paperwork from May 20th, and you're not on it.
Okay. Yeah, I did it once, but I guess it's doing it again. It's fine.
Mr. Rogers, let's be precise, okay? I just looked at the calendar. Now I'm going back through the paperwork that I sent back, and you are not on. Are you sure it's May 20th?
Yes, sir.
You're not on my calendar, and you're not on the paperwork that I sent back.
Your Honor, it doesn't have a judge's signature on it.
Well, you just asked me, I'm looking. I mean, if it doesn't matter, Mr. Rogers, if it doesn't matter, why did you bring it up?
I mean, well, because I bonded out, and then they're saying that the paperwork that they did, it didn't count. So I don't know exactly why I would do it twice, because I've been here, it would be the 33rd day, and I'm doing it again, so.
Mr. Rogers, I just took the effort to go and look.
Yes, sir.
I do not, if you appear before me on the 20th and you're signing the same document, then somebody somewhere dropped the ball, and I need to know.
I did this, yes, sir.
All right, I'm gonna look on the 19th, I'm gonna look on the 21st, because you're not on the 20th, unless your name is changed.
Yes, sir.
There's no Joshua Stevens Rogers on my calendar on the 20th. Do you want me to continue to look, or is it?
I mean, I would like to know what happened, but I mean, I still have to sign it again.
So, Your Honor, we'll make sure this one gets sent up and taken care of.
All right, so Mr. Rogers, you were on my calendar on the 21st,
Okay,
and your name is listed as Joshua Stevens Roger,
okay.
not Rogers. Hold on. Yep, you're right. It's the same thing, but they have your name in here wrong.
Okay.
What I'm gonna do is your name Rogers with an S or Roger
Rogers.
with an S?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm gonna do what is called nunc pro tunc, which means my signature is gonna go back to May 21st. Okay, hold on. Looks like I'm getting some information. Okay, give me 1 second, Mr. Rogers. I'm being asked to call one of the clerks.
Okay.
Okay, Mr. Rogers. I just spoke to someone in the sheriff's department, and they're going to talk to the people in the fugitive squad. And it's what I was told is that it looks like your case, the original one was what they call released, like your name was the wrong name without the S on it. And so someone released it and rebooked you. And that's why you're back before me. But I just told the person that I was speaking to just let the people in the fugitives office know that I'm gonna sign this, but the effective date is gonna be May 21st when you signed it originally. Okay. So is there anything else, Mr. Rogers? Okay, sir, you're free to go back.
Good morning, Your Honor. Mr. White, Navario White.
Okay. Give me 1 second, Mr. White. Sir, you've been charged with 1 count of improper lane change, 1 count of driving on a suspended license. Your total bond is going to be set at $2,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
The bond was posted last night, sir.
Okay. So you're going to probably go back to your housing dorm, and they're going to knock on the door and tell you that pack your stuff so you can go. Now, the benefit of being here, though, is that if you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer, I can do that now. Do you want me to check into that?
If it's, you think I need a lawyer for this case, or?
You're asking a lawyer if somebody needs a lawyer.
I'm sorry.
So I'm kind of biased in my response. Is it, do you make $3,000 or $5,000?
Huh?
I can't understand your writing. Do you make $3,000 or $5,000 a month?
No, I make $3,000 a month.
Okay, so you would qualify for the appointment of a lawyer. And if you want me to, I can appoint a lawyer, and you can always fire the lawyer. You can always do whatever you want to do. So just tell me what you want to do.
That'll be fine, sir.
Okay, I'm going to appoint a lawyer. Did you qualify? Do you have any questions for me, Mr. White?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir, you're free to go back. We have Mr. Rivers. Are you Mr. Rivers?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm sorry?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Rivers, you're charged with aggravated assault, aggravated stalking, possession of a weapon during the commission of a crime, and cruelty to children in the first degree. I cannot set bond on the aggravated stalking charge, and I did not set bond on the other felony offenses. There's going to be a stay away provision on this bond to stay away from a Bethina Turk.
Yes.
You're going to have a preliminary hearing date set for August 11th. You're going to also have a bond hearing date set for August 13th. Do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you do qualify. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me?
What was the date again, sir?
August 11th for the preliminary hearing and August 13th for the bond hearing.
Okay.
All right, you're free to go back.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Your Honor, we're finished.
Okay, there was a Mr. Sessions that I think was in medical yesterday. And I don't know if he's still in medical, but I'm going to do another order for him for tomorrow. Thank you for your attendance and your assistance, and you have a good day.
All right, you can try.
Okay, goodbye.